Welcome to Season 2 of Relatable Catholic. We're back with new conversations, familiar faces, and the same heart for making the Catholic faith approachable, honest, and lived out in everyday life. Whether you've been here since day one or you're just finding us, we're so glad you're here. Welcome back. Hello, and welcome back to Relatable Catholic. Thank you so much, everyone, for all of your feedback and your support after last week's episode. I know that Father feels it and I feel it. So, So thank you for being so kind and supporting us. I actually think we might have some new listeners because turns out Father leaving is a really big deal. So if you are new here, my name is Katie, and I started Relatable Catholic, like a year and a half ago. And I guess it was my gentle nudge and adoration just to have a place for people to ask questions and grow in their faith and not take it too seriously, because I think sometimes when we take it too seriously, it just isn't fun too. So, taking our faith serious without being too serious, I guess. So, and then I always have some friends join me. Well, not always. It's better when I have some friends join me. And this week I have one of my closest friends, Annika Martins, with me.
Mm-hmm. Hello, everybody.
Thanks for coming, Annika.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, no Buddy, because her husband Buddy is...
golfing. Well, coaching golf.
Yes, he's the golf coach. So he is taking advantage of sunshine and no rain. It actually would be... We're recording this on Tuesday, and it would be a great day to be on the golf course.
It is a great day to be golfing.
Yes. Last week was not a great week to be on the golf course.
Lots of rain.
It rained and rained and rained, and then there were so many tornado warnings.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't care for tornado warnings, and I don't care for my basement, so it was an all-around bad week.
Yeah.
But it did help with my gardening.
Yes.
I can't remember if I think I told everybody that I am trying to find some hobbies. And I made my dad go with me to Lowe's we went on Holy Saturday. It was a very special Easter. Because it's Mass isn't until 8. We've got all day.
Right. A lot of time.
Try to stay awake.
Yes.
So I got my raised beds, and last week I got all of the soil put in, and I planted my lettuce because that's what ChatGPT told me I should do, that I should plant it early April. I was like, oh gosh, April's almost over. I gotta get this planted. And all of that rain, my lettuce has sprouted.
I was going to say, do you have some?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, it's just
just a little bit.
I can see it. But the first couple of days I go out and look at it, I'm like, okay, it's not going to sprout that fast.
That's great.
So that's exciting for me.
That is exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited to get I'm doing a vegetable bed and a flower bed. I'm really excited for the flower bed because I love fresh flowers.
Yes.
So that's...
What are you going to put in your flower bed?
Well, whatever ChatGPT told me to. I think cosmos, zinnias.
Okay.
Is that how you say it?
Zinnias,
Zinnias. Mm-hmm. And I can't remember what else. There was something else that is more of a greeny, so that way, because I really would like to have fresh flowers to cut and have inside, and that is what we decided. Me and the internet have decided would work best on the south side in a raised bed in Iowa.
Yes. That's funny. South side is good though.
That's what I hear. Yeah, that's what I hear. Lots of sun, and the tomatoes should be in the back row closest to the siding because the heat reflects off of the siding, and that is good for the tomatoes. So
That's
there we go.
Yes.
Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen?
We'll see in July. We got anything.
Yeah. But the lettuce is, I guess, supposed to die.
Yeah.
But then
grows early and then it
grows early and then it dies. But then it said you can pick it back up maybe in August. and do like a fall sprout,
harvest.
a fall harvest. So
I didn't know that.
Well, so we'll see.
We'll have to-
We'll
yeah.
see. I've already like
Stay
taken
tuned.
pictures of it and like uploaded it, and it's like, is this what it is supposed to look like?
Is
like,
this lettuce?
yeah, it looks great.
Awesome.
Cool your jets.
Let it grow.
Yeah. So I'm excited for that.
That is exciting.
You know, it's the little things in life.
Yeah.
We are knee deep in that special time of year. I know I've talked about it, variety show last year. Our school does the K through 5 does a variety show, and it is 1 week away. And
Yes.
let me tell you, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't think we're going to be ready. But it's
always beautiful.
It always comes together.
It does.
We'll see. Yeah. And for some reason in the middle of wedding season as well.
Yes. A lot of weddings.
So
this
many weddings.
April.
Yeah. So, which is exciting. Shout out to
Yeah.
Sunny and Logan. My cousin Logan married Sunny last weekend, and it was really, really nice. I'll talk more about it in the Can You Relate, but yeah, it was nice. And Sunny listened, so here's your shout out, Sunny. How exciting for you. It's my wedding gift. So, yeah. And then also special First Communion season as well.
Yeah.
So part of like we talked about last week, the pastorate thing, because everybody is separated, they all have their own First Communion mass, which this year. So I have been to a lot of First Communions. So
Yeah.
because the second graders are like all kind of at
spread out.
different parishes too. So yeah, so we have I think 3 making it this weekend, and then next weekend is the one where most of them will. So it's an exciting time. It's busy.
It is exciting.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I unfortunately had to start mowing my lawn.
Yes.
So it was like
We
no.
had just a tragedy. We have 2 lawnmowers,
Oh, golly.
and neither of them started this year when we needed them to. So luckily, I have some very handy brothers, and they came and fixed one of them, and it worked for our one mowing, and then it didn't work again.
Oh, no.
So
You know,
we have to get it fixed, but
I feel partly responsible for this as well because one of those fine lawnmowers was my old one. That I'm like, you can have it. Yeah, go for
Oh,
it.
yeah.
And my bad.
well, we're very thankful. I think they just need to be cleaned up or something.
Yeah.
So
I do remember
them
that
fixed,
one
but-
taking a very, very long time to start.
yes.
So
Yeah, and
no,
I
we're
haven't had to
apparently
worry
not
about
started
it.
well,
So really, Buddy's been frustrated, but it's fine.
oh, that's
The
too
lawn
bad,
got
buddy.
mowed, so.
Sorry. But like it won't stop raining also.
Yeah.
So like the grass just keeps growing and growing.
Yeah,
But I
it'll
guess-
grow a lot this week too
Yeah.
with the sun.
Yeah, with the sunshine and it's warm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess it is spring. It is April. So.
I do love spring. The blooming
I know.
flowers and the plants growing and the sun's out more and
Yeah.
yeah, it's a
Exciting.
beautiful time.
Beautiful time of the year. That's right. Well, last week we were talking a lot about Father Andy's departure.
Yeah,
And he's still here till July, so that's good.
Yeah.
But also, like, that's another reason, like, he can't make it a lot is because there comes a lot of, like, changing of the guard, responsibilities now.
Meetings, yeah.
Meetings. So, yeah, keep him in your prayers because there's a lot of turnaround and all sorts of things that we don't even think about when it's time to switch. But I'm most nervous about him moving all of that junk from his office that I worked so hard to clean last summer. And now he's just going to have a pile in another office. So I'm looking for someone in Clear Lake who is good at organizing.
Would
He's
really
going to
like
need
to
your
take on
help.
this.
Like, I'm just going to say it. He needs your help. Even if he says he doesn't, he does. But it got me thinking too about like who we surround ourselves with and, you know, like what makes a holy friendship. So that's what we're going to be talking about this week is what makes a holy friendship. So when you think, Annika, of holy friendships, what do you think of?
So you told me this morning, and I've really been trying to think of like,
I really
what do I think about this topic? But I think to me, it's like having people that support you and love you and are going to call you out when it's necessary, but you're striving for the same things, ultimately holiness.
Yeah.
And we're all called to like good, deep friendships, authentic friendships. But when you get to add these friendships to like a higher call of heaven and a deeper unity, a deeper relationship together, I think it makes those like relationships, those friendships so much more impactful and just more important.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I would say that, like, to me, a holy friendship is like someone who is helping you get to heaven, sort of like, you know, like a spouse or like a family member that, you're both like, you're working together towards eternity, just like you said, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think friendships, I don't know about you, but like friendships for me have always been kind of like hard, not necessarily friendships, but like authentic friendships, and especially holy friendships.
Yeah.
Because I am not like, I'm not like I love to be around people, but it has to be people that I feel comfortable with.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily, I've never really loved the party scene, which made college really hard.
Yeah.
Especially like to find the right friend group, which I have a lot of regrets, like not joining I went to a college that didn't have a very like vibrant campus ministry. So I do regret like not focusing on that more when I was choosing a college. Because I think that would have helped a lot. I think I would have been able to like communicate, like to be more relatable with some people who were also involved in that. So a lot of my friendships have been like people who I have known my entire life.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing. But also it's like, one that makes also a bad thing. It's like, I don't want to make any new friends. Like, I don't know how to do it.
Yeah. What is this, making new friends? Yeah.
Yeah, so it's something, finding a holy friendship is definitely something that I've struggled with. And when I say holy friendship, to me, it means like also like what are your activities? You know, like.
Yeah. I think that's a big thing too. Like a lot of your friendships, if you think about it, well, where did you meet these people? Maybe at school when you were younger, or in college or your kids' friends, parents, or your, I don't know, maybe they're your cousins or something. Like that's where you met them. So I think that's kind of an aspect that can make holy friendships different too, of like the foundation of your friendship isn't always just like a hobby that you maybe met them at, but maybe you met them at, but it can go deeper. Like, yes, obviously you can have in common that we play basketball together, or we read books together or something. I don't know. But like you can take those friendships deeper into things that are going to matter more in terms of our eternity, right? So maybe that's your morality, or maybe that's your faith life, growing in your faith life, learning how to pray, having those challenging conversations with your friends. Like it's not always easy to bring up to like a priest or your teacher, or maybe like the religious person at the parish, the questions you have about the faith. But if you can have that conversation with your friend, like, why does the church have this teaching? And you can have that like back and forth and kind of struggle together. It just makes it more authentic and deeper.
Yeah. When you can really be honest with someone. Yeah. And I think that throughout, especially when you're younger, like I feel like there are a lot of like forced friendships.
Oh, for sure.
You know, because it's like, well, like I like you're here, I'm here, like let's be friends.
We're going to school together for the 12 years. So.
Yeah, and I think that like looking back on it, like you really always know like who you're. For me, it's like a comfortability thing. Like if I'm always trying to like force a conversation or like if I'm like in my head thinking like what should I say next, like what should I ask next, like to me that's not authentic. Like when you can just like be with someone and you know like not have to worry about like saying the wrong thing or Buddy is like famous for being like, can I be honest with you? So if you're looking for an honest friend, it's Buddy.
Very honest. And typically he'll start the phrase with,
Can I ask
you something? And you don't know where it's going.
I'm like, well, you're going to.
Yeah. So, but it does bring up a good conversation.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, it does. And that doesn't scare me. Like with someone like that you don't feel like as a like if someone who's not a good friend, like you're like, oh gosh, like
what is this gonna be?
But Buddy, like because we're close friends, it's like, ask me. It's usually not that important.
Yeah. It's not as deep as he makes it
like
seem.
He makes it seem like it's gonna be a really big question, and then it's like, why did you mow your lawn like that? It's like, although sometimes he does come out with some like really serious questions. It's like, oh gosh, let me get back to you on that.
Unexpected.
Yeah. So going back to like the hobbies of like what you like to do with your friends too. I think if we're following church teachings, you know, and really like reflecting on what do like when I hang out with them, do I feel better, like filled up, or do I feel like I need to go to confession? You know, that also, and that can be hard too when like you do have people who have been in your life and you've been friends with, that like it comes to a point where like you do have to take a step back because it's like, you know, this is not where I want, this is not how I want to feel. Yeah. You know, this is not where I want to be led. And that can be hard too, is kind of like also discerning like, is this friendship making me a better person, or is it making me like feel kind of bad about what I'm doing or what I'm saying? A lot of the times for me, it's also like when we're together, like what we're talking about, like is it like
is your friendship based on gossip,
right,
and everybody else's business, or is it based on things that are like truthful, factual, or good holy conversations?
Right. And I have been begging Father to have an episode on gossip, and we will get that done before he leaves, because gossip is something that really I struggle with. Like,
it's hard.
It's hard. Yeah. So, anyways, stay tuned.
Yeah.
So I think there is a call for us to also like really think about our friendships, but also, like, what does it mean to be a good friend? You know, because we can like judge our friends as much as we want, but like it's also good to reflect on ourselves. Like, am I a good friend? Like, am I leading my friends to eternity, or am I like sucking them into some of like the bad habits that I have?
Right.
Like gossip.
Right.
I like gossiping.
Yeah.
You know? So I think that's a component of it too.
Yeah, absolutely. I think sometimes too, like with friendships, like you were saying, we do get so comfortable. Depending on how long you've been friends with them, it can be so easy to get so comfortable that maybe if you're someone who's like trying to grow in their faith, or just even interested in growing in your faith, and then you have these friends who have been your lifelong friends, but maybe aren't living their faith, or like maybe aren't interested. So they might see you differently or just not want to be friends with you for that, that can be very challenging. But it's also an invitation, like you can invite them to experience or question the faith, or invite them to a mass, or invite them to an opportunity to pray or a deeper conversation. Like, where is your heart in this situation? Why do you have these feelings about faith or whatever it might be?
And I like to center my life around like going out to eat.
Yeah, or me food. Too. So, a meal is a great opportunity for conversations.
Yeah. So like even, like when I know in the past when we wanted, somebody like we want them to get more involved in the church or like to start coming back to church, like we would start with like, hey, like, do you want to go out to eat? We're going to go to mass and then we're going to go eat afterwards if you want to come. And that usually will like light a spark like, oh yeah, like some people don't even like think about it. Yeah. Like, oh yeah, like that's, definitely. Like we'll go to mass and then go out to eat. So I think like it's part of like our responsibility too, to like really be thinking about how like we can also help our friends grow in the faith without being too like too over the top, too pushy, because that's not going to help anything. Like it's not going to make anybody want to like join you anywhere. Yeah, and it's going to hurt the friendship. So
a lot of it's like invitation.
I'm acting like I'm an expert on friendship. I have like 4 friends.
What are we talking about? But it is like a lot of invitation, like, which as someone who is inviting or like the one being invited, like it can be hard to do the invitation knowing you could get rejected. But there are so many like witness stories to people just invited them to church, or they invited them to a church function. Yeah. And then all of a sudden they were like coming on their own to these church functions and praying on their own. Like I remember we were in college, or when I was in college, Buddy and I like to go line dancing. So we would go line dancing on Wednesday nights. But Loris had their like late weekday mass. It was like 9 p.m. on Wednesday. So we couldn't go line dancing. But then like we would invite people to go line dancing with us after mass. And eventually like a bunch of people are coming line dancing with us after mass. And some people are just coming to mass to go line dancing. And it's like, we met a lot of people that way. And a lot of people, I think, like started coming to the church too because they wanted to go line dancing. But like, like we don't know what's going to bring people in. Right. So sometimes it's a simple invitation like, do you want to come get dinner with me? Do you want to get a cup of coffee with me after adoration? Right.
Or we're having breakfast at the house afterwards. Like, it's nice out. Come over. We're going to sit outside. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's an easy way. I was thinking when I was sitting here, like we should tell how we became friends. Because this is like an authentic, like I did not know Annika or Buddy. And and now we're close friends. So it all started when Annika.
Back in the day. We were just talking about this actually.
Annika student taught with me.
One and only.
And I almost said no. And I was like, you know what, whatever. I'm like, it's fine.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I'm glad you did.
Yeah. And then, so Annika student taught with me. And then the first time we saw Buddy, the kids and I all thought he was a farmer. He's not a farmer at all.
In a flannel and jeans.
And we were like, oh, he's like a cowboy.
City boy.
Turns out he's not.
He's from the suburbs.
But it's so like I remember distinctly the first time I saw Buddy, and I also thought like, oh, he's like a cowboy. Yeah. I didn't expect Annika to be like a cowboy, but here she is.
Oh my gosh.
It's just like so funny, like thinking back to like that. It's like, oh, if you would have told me all those years ago.
No kidding.
Yeah, and then I think it just happened like organically. I don't really remember it. Just like kind of.
Yeah. I think we were in like a Bible study kind of, or we just, maybe not.
I don't think we were.
We were just like, we just started attending the same thing.
Just always at the same place. Same place, same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe that's it too. Like, just like, well, we work together too. So that definitely. But I will say I don't hang out with all my coworkers.
Yeah. And I would even say, like, I don't even think we see each other at school that much.
No, I was like, oh, I can't wait for Annika to come over. I haven't seen her in forever. I see her every day.
But we don't always get that chance to like have those intentional conversations.
Yeah. So that is like
fun.
kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Not interesting, but like
it is.
Well, it is interesting. Just like it's a real like just
you never know how God's working.
Happened and we met at church. Probably. We met at school. And then we met at church a lot. And I would say, like, how I knew that you and Buddy were one, like, my kind of people. I came to your house, like, this fall, and it was your rental when you were renting.
Okay.
And, like, you guys could clearly tell I was distress and emotional wreck. And Buddy and Annika prayed over me, and it was like so beautiful and just like so I remember like walking away feeling like so blessed to have like friends that would like, and it wasn't weird, like who were like brave enough to be like, can we pray over you? And like, I am not good at spontaneous prayer. So like even the thought of it makes me cringe.
Yeah.
But just like, it just meant so much to me. Yeah. So really like also thinking about like that meant so much to me. Like how can I do that for you? It's not going to be through spontaneous prayer.
That's okay. Yeah.
But that does come to like a how do we like pray for our friends too, and like actually mean it, and how and I think like it's important to like friendships are hard, like they actually are hard work, and I think sometimes we forget that. That I think especially as like a single person, it is more like it's more important to like keep holy friendships and keep friendships going. Yeah. Because I think like no fault of your own, like you get married and you have kids and everybody has their responsibilities. But like as like sometimes it feels like left in the dark, like left in the dust, I guess. So like I always do try to keep friendships like going, even when it's been a long time, when it's a friendship that I know is worth it. Yeah. You know, like that it's one that like I know this person is like good in my life. And so I think like also remembering that friendships like they do take work, and sometimes it takes a little bit of like selflessness, you know, like I don't know that I really want to like do anything, but I know that like this person needs me, so like I'm gonna show up. That was a weird tangent. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I think that's really good because it's like, you know, we probably all have those friendships that were really good at one time, or like we haven't seen this person in a long time, but that friendship is still there and it's still important. And there's still like, you know, ways that we can pray for each other, even though maybe this person hasn't asked us for their prayers, but you can, you know, maybe it's through a text or a phone call, you can tell like they're probably struggling, or we don't know, like they could probably use prayers in this way. Yeah. Like it's always a good thing to pray for your friends.
Right. Yeah, like I know like for me, I pray the prayer of protection every night for my family and my friends. So like that's a super easy one.
Yeah.
But yeah, like really, and I think like also it is like and I know we talked about this too, like when the Holy Spirit is like bringing someone to your mind, like praying like, oh, like, yeah, let me pray for them. Like, let me reach out and see how they're doing. Or if there's anything that like, can I pray for you? Like, is there anything that you'd like me to pray for you for? And
just, I think that's like such a powerful question too. Like when you have those encounters with your friends, it's like, can I pray for you? Or like, what can I pray for you? I'm on my way to adoration. What can I pray for you?
Right.
I'm going to church tomorrow. What can I pray for you for? Just like, I think that gives a more authentic way too of like, I am intentionally thinking about you. And like, I really do care about who you are and what you're going through.
Yeah. Cause I think like going back to like who you surround yourself with, it's like who you ultimately become. So like friendships really are important.
Yeah.
Because especially like you have kids and your kids have, you know, they're hanging out with the other kids. Like, you know, it really does make a difference of who your friends are and who you're closest with, because like ultimately you will become them.
Yeah.
You'll become.
Yeah. Isn't that like a
that.
statistic? Like you are.
Yeah. You are what you eat.
Yeah.
No, that's not it.
No, but like that. But I don't know if it's like you're 50% of like the people you surround yourself. Maybe.
Yeah.
Something like that.
It's a great statistic.
You'll have to find it sometime.
Yeah. And I think like, I also think about the people who like used to be friends and like we don't talk to anymore. And it was just kind of like a season. I think there are friendships that are for different seasons in your life. And it's okay if you're not as close anymore, but really like nurturing the friendships that you know are good and holy and are leading you where you need to be.
Yeah. And if you're someone like who's searching for good holy friendships, where can you find good holy friendships?
Well, have a student teacher in your class.
Come to Bellevue.
Dress like a cowboy. Yeah, this is like hard. Like I don't know the answer because like it just kind of happened naturally with our friendship, and like with Jacob and Lauren, they you know, like I've always been friends with Jacob, and then, you know, as we grow older, it's like a different friendship.
Right.
It's like, oh, Jacob's being annoying, doing cartwheels in the corner.
And now
puking in a garbage can. Like, and now it's like, oh, like we're actually like friends. Yeah, that is tricky because like, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
You know, like I think like, especially like holy friendships, I think they start at church, you know, like church functions. And I know like Father said last week, that he would often like put groups of people that he liked together. So that way, like they could like grow and become friends too. So, yeah, I think a lot of it does start like at your parish.
So. Yeah, like building that community is so important.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of courage too. Like I was terrified to be your student teacher. But like also you know, like you have to put yourself sometimes in those uncomfortable positions to grow and to encounter someone new. And you never know like what those friendships can develop into.
Can blossom into.
So be open to the invitation. Blossom.
Back to the gardening.
Yes, back to the garden.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, moral of the story, we should probably all be slightly better friends.
Yes.
And like really pay attention to who we surround ourselves with, because like that's who we will start to become like. So. All right. I think it's time.
Can you relate?
Mine has to do back to Sunny and Logan's wedding. So Sunny and Logan got married in Omaha, Nebraska, which is 5 hours from here. So not too bad. But literally on like, we live in, I call it the pig snout of Iowa. And Omaha is like on the complete other side of Iowa. So like I saw the whole state of Iowa this week. Like it was awesome. Well, I mean, I get car sick, so it wasn't that awesome. But I think it's old age. Like I've never been able to like hang, but I can't hang. Like I was so tired when we got home. I slept for 8 hours and 46 minutes, which is like a record for me. I usually sleep 6 hours a night. So when people make fun of me for going to bed early, just know it's because it takes me 10 hours to sleep 6 hours. And so, yeah, I guess my can you relate is like, I cannot function like after like any sort of out of routine
family gathering.
Any sort of like
late
yesterday
night.
at school I was like, I think I need like toothpicks or something to prop my eyes open. And usually it goes away somewhere in the day and it didn't. Yeah. And another can you relate from the wedding? Like I don't drink. So like you would think like I wouldn't have a hangover the next day. But I think I had a fructose hangover.
Oh, no.
Because I am fructose intolerant. And I had a lot of kitty cocktails.
Oh.
Slash Shirley Temples. And, like, I still forget. So, like, yeah, I had a fructose hangover. So just know, like, I also didn't feel well on Sunday.
Just for a different
They
reason.
brought out creme brulee at like 9 o'clock at night. And I tried to, like...
Ooh.
It was one of them was like white sugar and the other one was brown sugar, and I know I can't have brown sugar.
Oh.
But like also like we couldn't hear, so I was like, are they all brown sugar? No, I think I said, are they all white sugar? And he was like, yeah. But it was like, how do you tell the difference?
Yeah,
like, because there were a whole bunch of out there, so I might have really gotten myself into some brown sugar as well. So I can't stay out of routine. I can't get out of routine. And I had a fructose hangover. So that doesn't scream, you're an old lady.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what does.
It does.
Yeah.
Yes, I can relate to being out of routine. I am also someone who needs sleep very structured. So,
It's a beautiful thing.
yeah, if I am not in bed probably about by 10:30, it's very obvious that it is time for me to go to bed.
10:30. I'm getting up and going to the bathroom in the middle of the night at 10:30.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. My can you relate is, which maybe I've said this on here before, but my can you relate is thinking that I can do tasks by myself and then starting the task and realizing I actually cannot accomplish this on my own. So I am trying to do some yard work and like just kind of clean up the flower beds a little bit and make it a little nicer. And I started trying to move rock and I was like, I am not strong for this.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my can you relate?
Yeah, I can relate. I always think like, oh, I can do that. No big deal.
No problem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can. Well, this summer I have decided I did get the green tile. I know I talked about this on here. I don't know that I updated you. I did get it. I think I can tile? Like, what?
Call me in July. I will tile. I will be a tiler.
So, yeah, I got a little bit of that in me, too.
understand.
Yeah, I'll just figure it out.
Yeah, no problem. I can fix it.
ChatGPT can teach me anything. We've already sprouted lettuce. Like, we can tile a
next step
kitchen.
is tiling. Oh, gosh.
Oh, funny.
funny.
Well, thank you so much for being here, Annika.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
especially on the friendship episode.
Yeah,
How
it was fun.
As always, we are praying for you, and we will talk to you next week. Bye.
Bye.